Hello everyone, good evening. How are you? Did you miss Kukuruku? Did you miss me? Did you miss our sessions? Welcome back, kids. How are you? I am so amazed whenever I see Shreya, whenever I see you kids just texting. I love it. So first things first, hi, this is Prachi Pandit, your host for today's session. But before we start this session, I want you to send your favorite emoji in the chat box that I know you're as excited as I am for today's session of Totem Polls. Once again, welcome Shreya. How are you? How are you? So kids,
Hi,
I'm just amazed to see you again because today we're going to learn so much new things. So kids, Kukuruku is the biggest and the longest running art festival globally for children. And you know why? Not only because we have our instructors from nine different countries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is a lot. Nine different countries, but also because we have our listeners and viewers from Oman, Qatar, and UAE. So to all those people, let's say all together, welcome, welcome. So today's session is brought to you by Camel, India's favorite stationery brand, in association with our radio partner, 92.7 Big FM, Dhun Badal Ke To Dekho, with our partner, Sonalika Publication, nurturing thinking minds, shaping future leaders, with our entertainment partner, Pogo! Yay! Kukuruku everyone! And so I'm your host for today's session and I'm very, very excited. But before we start the session, I want you kids to know a little bit about the information. So just open your big little ears. Big little ears? Okay, open your ears and let's share this information. Now, in rule number 1. This session will be for 40 minutes, which will be followed by a Q&A round, which is a question and answer round, during which you can ask the instructor all the questions you want to ask in the Q&A box, so that afterwards Shreya can ask all your queries and doubts. Number 2, if you feel confused, you cannot see anything or hear anything, please check with your parents. But, even if still you miss the session or something you don't understand, we always have a backup for you, and we have rule number 3 for you, which is these sessions are being recorded, so don't you worry. You just have to log in your details in the Kukuruku dashboard, and then you will be having all your recorded sessions, and you can do your work again and again with perfection, like Shreya does. Not me, but Shreya does. Okay. Now, number 4, whatever you kids learn from these sessions, from Kukuruku session, whatever art you create, whatever drawing you create, whatever, don't forget to post it on your social media accounts. Not just a story, but post it on your social media accounts so that we know that you have been learning so much. And don't forget to tag who? Kukuruku and Camel. Okay. Now, before we start the session, because you kids are so amazing that you love so amazing videos also, I would request the admin to please play an interesting video for you.
During the early years, children learn, develop and practice basic motor skills. Camlin presents Child Grip Crayons to help children develop fine motor skills during these formative years. Child Grip Crayons helps children to grasp before they develop a proper grip. They are easy to hold and easy to color. A good grip is the foundation of fine motor skills. It also improves hand-eye coordination and assists the overall brain development of a child. Developing a good grasp now will ensure good handwriting later. Camlin's Child Grip Crayons is available in 5 exciting shades. It's safe for children and they can color on any surface. They are easily washable too. Camlin Child Grip Crayons stimulates brain development and develops good handwriting.
Yay! Wow, colors that help you so many ways. Your motor skills, your handwriting also. I wish I had such benefits when I was a kid and I had have beautiful handwriting, but whatsoever. Let's start with the session. Hi, Shreya. Welcome. Now, a little bit about Shreya. She's very driven and very passionate about her career, and she's using her talent to bring smiles on so many people's faces. You're going to see it today. So I'm leaving up to you and enjoy your time. Enjoy your time with kids. Bye bye. See you after the session.
Thank you, Prachi. Thank you for the wonderful introduction. And I'm so excited to be here on the Kukuruku Art Fest. And I'm so excited. I'm sure you all children are also very excited. My little friends, are you excited to learn about a new art form today? Right. I'm sure you all are learning a lot from the Kukuruku Art Fest. So many different forms of art, whatever I'm seeing, on the Kukuruku website and everywhere that, on Instagram, on Facebook, you all have done such wonderful jobs. So today we are going to learn about totem poles. Okay. You know what are totem poles? Yes. Today we are going to learn a little bit more about them. Now there are so many different art forms, right? Okay. So totem poles is one of them. Okay, there are so many different art forms around the world. So today we are going to learn about totem poles, okay, from North America. Let's have a look. All right, without wasting any more time, let's have a look. I'm going to show you something on the screen. All right, and we are going to talk a little bit more about totem poles. Are you all ready? Yes. Let's go. Okay. So, yes, what are totem poles? Now, what you see on the screen is a little glimpse of what the totem pole is. All right. So, let's look further. Now, totem poles, they are big, big, huge, beautiful poles which are carved from trees. Okay. And you know which are the trees? Now, do you see on the screen? Do you see on the right hand side? There are these huge trees, okay, called the red cedar trees. All right. Now, these huge trees are used to make totem poles. Now, totem poles are not drawn, or they are not like a drawing or a painting. They are carvings. And these huge barks are carved and made into beautiful pieces of art. Okay. Now, these are not just pieces of art, nothing, not just to look beautiful, but they have a very, very deep meaning. Now, when we say totem tells a tale, what do we mean by that? It means that each totem pole tells a story. All right. How we have books to read stories. All right. So these totem poles are a way that some people living thousands and thousands of years ago invented to talk about their stories. All right. So these stories are passed down from generation to generation. Now, each totem pole tells a story, but not necessarily that you and I can read that story. Only the people who have made the totem pole and their family members would be able to understand. Okay, but let's have a look. Let's have a look as to who are these people who made these beautiful pieces of art and what did they make in them. Okay, now the first things first, they are made out of red cedar trees. Okay, so these are these huge gigantic trees, okay, which are found in the forests where these people lived, and they used to cut these trees and they used to make this beautiful piece of art from this tree. All right. Now here on your screen, what you see are some examples of these totem poles. Like I mentioned earlier, they are carved from the bark of the trees. Now, do you see the carvings? They are very, very pretty, right? And very colorful. We are going to talk about that a little more later, but let's see as to who made these beautiful, beautiful totem poles. All right. So there were many thousand years ago, there were people who were hunters and gatherers. They lived in caves and they didn't have houses like us, right? Right now we live in cities, okay? And we have different cities and villages and countries, okay? We have houses, all right? Buildings, skyscrapers. Now they didn't have houses like we did, and they didn't live like we did, okay? They used to move around from one place to another, all right, hunting for food from the forest, all right, fishing from the sea, or right, or the oceans, and gathering fruits, berries, and things like that. And they used to live like that. They used to move from one place to another. So when there were these people, okay, who moved to this place, on the screen you see there is a map, okay? There's a map of United States of America, Canada, and Alaska. All right. Now, in these three countries, all right, around this coast, okay, you see the marked red patch over there on the screen? Around that coast, there were these people who moved thousands of years back, okay, and they started living there. All right. They started living there, and slowly, they started making their houses over there. Okay. From caves, they moved on to living in houses, and they started making their houses, okay? And that's when they started making these totem poles, okay? So where is this place? It's the Pacific Northwest coast, okay? Along three countries, all right? USA, Canada, and Alaska. And there were these people who started living together, all right, in houses, and making these beautiful pieces of art. Okay. So they were hunter gatherers. They used to fish in the sea nearby. They used to hunt from the forest and things like that. And that's how they started living there, all right, and making their houses. Okay. So what are these people? They were the tribes. Okay. What are they called? They were the tribes. Now the tribes are, what are the tribes? There are many families, all right, living together. Okay. Many families living together. How you have your family, right? And imagine one big family living in the same house or living together. All right. That way there were many families living together, and they were called tribes. And the main head of the tribe, or the most important person of the tribe, like how your father or your grandfather is the head of your family, that way they would have one important person, the chief main person of their tribe. Okay. And that would be the main person, like how they had kings many years ago. All right. That way they had the chief of the tribe, and he was the most important person. All right. And usually they would make these big beautiful totem poles outside the main person's house, okay, to show everyone that he's the most important person. Like how kings have palaces, all right, these tribes, the chief of the tribe, they would have these totem poles outside, all right, to show that this is the house of the most important person of the tribe. Okay. And there were 6 tribes. How many tribes? There were 6 tribes who used to make these beautiful poles. Okay. And they have very funny names. I mean, they are really difficult to pronounce. Let's say them all together. Okay. The 6 tribes. Let's talk about the 6 tribes. Okay. Say it along with me. Okay. They're difficult pronunciations, but it's okay. You can say it along with me. The Haida, the New Hawk, the Quack Quack Yawak. Oh my God, that's a tongue twisting name. Okay, the Quack Quack Yawak, the Tlingit, the Tsimshian, and the Salish, the Coast Salish. Okay, these were the 6 main tribes who made these beautiful totem poles many years ago, and they still continue to make the totem poles. Now, these tribal people, they still live like us. Okay, they live in houses like us. They send their kids to school. All right, but many years ago, they used to not live like that, right? Many thousand years ago. All right, that's when they started making this totem pole, and they continue the tradition of making this totem pole still. Okay. Now look at the carving on the totem pole. All right. Look at the colors of the totem pole. Look at the carvings on the totem pole. All right. I want you all to observe very nicely. I want you all to see what colors have been used on the totem pole. Okay. Because when we are going to make our own totem poles, we are going to use these colors. All right. Yeah. So see, this is how they make. All these big barks of trees are cut and brought into the workshop. All right, they are laid down and they are carved. Do you see these beautiful carvings on the pole? Huge, huge carvings which are made on the pole. So this is how they carve on the totem poles. Now let's see what's on a totem pole. What do they carve on a totem pole? I already said that each totem pole tells a story, okay, or an important event in that person's life, in the main person's life, okay. So what is on the totem pole? You will see human figures, you will see spirits, you will see animals, birds, insects, water creatures, and celestial figures. Celestial figures, by that I mean sun, moon, stars. Okay. These kind of totem poles, every totem pole will have different figures, but this is what you see on totem poles. All right. Now, there are different types of totem poles. You know, some of them are very interesting. Now, the one that you see on the screen, all right, now that is in front of a house. Like I said, they would make a big totem pole in front of the main person's house, right? So now this is in the front of the main person's house. It's called the house frontal pole. Okay. If you see, and it's a very tall pole. Okay. Around 20 to 40 feet tall. Okay. And you see so many carvings on this. Now, each of these carvings or each of these figures put together would tell a story. And like I said, you and I cannot understand the story, but the people of the tribe, they would understand the story. All right. Now, these are the frontal poles. Now, you see, there's a little doorway. Okay, there's a little entry, like a little hole that you see through which you can enter the house. All right. And these they would put outside the main chief tribe, the chief of the tribe's house, like that. So these are how tall they were, and this is how they would look. All right. Then there were smaller poles, okay, which were much smaller in size. All right, only 7 to 10 feet tall, which were made in the houses. All right, to support the roof of the house. They would make these poles inside the houses, inside the tribe houses, to support the roof of the house. And even these poles would tell a story. They would have an important story or an important incident which was carved on these poles. Now there was another type of a pole, okay, which is the welcome pole. All right, now if you see, the hands of the person over here are extended. So this is to show that the chief of the tribe is welcoming the other tribes into their village. Okay, so they would be placed outside the village, all right, or on the edge of the beach or the stream. All right, so that if somebody else wants to come into their village, some other tribe wants to come into their village, they would be welcomed. How you welcome guests at home? All right, when somebody is coming home, how you welcome them, how you greet them, you tell them please come in, give them some water, food. That way there were these poles to show that, okay, please come to our village, you are welcome. Okay, so they were called the welcome pole. All right. Now this is a really fun one. It's called the shame or the ridicule pole. All right. So now if you would do something wrong, okay, if there is a criminal who's done something wrong, the police would catch him, right, and give him a punishment. So that way, if there is somebody who has done something wrong to the tribe or cheated on somebody, that tribe would make a pole of that person, okay, and put it up in the village, so that everybody would see and know that this person has done something wrong with them. And if the person who has done the wrong will say sorry and apologize for his mistake, they would break the pole and remove it. Okay, so these are some type of totem poles that you see, all right? And there are different reasons. Like I said, they all say a story, to welcome somebody, or to shame or ridicule somebody. So, right, there's a reason why these poles are standing up there. They are not just beautiful pieces of art, but there is a reason why they are made. Okay, all right? So now totem animals, okay, what do you see on the poles are different animals, okay? They are different, like what we spoke about that there are different spirits, different animals, water creatures, celestial creatures, birds, insects, right? So that way, each totem animal would say something, would symbolize something. Like how a heart is a symbol of love. When we draw a heart, what does it mean? It means love, right? So now each animal in the totem pole would mean something to the tribe, okay? They would symbolize something, and that's why it's there on the totem pole. And when they are all put together, they would say a story. Okay, now this is the most popular animal that you can find on the totem pole. It's called the thunderbird. Okay, it's not a real animal, it's a belief or it's a spirit that is found on the totem pole. Okay, it's a spirit that they believe that the thunderbird, when he flapped his wings and he shot lightning through his eyes, all right, they believe that he created thunder and lightning. Okay, he was the god of thunder and lightning, and that's how he that's why he was worshipped. Okay, so he is found the most on this totem poles. Now if you see, the animals on the totem poles don't exactly look like the animals that you see. Okay, they are very stylized, okay, and different versions. Okay, if you see, this is the raven, and when you see them on the totem poles, see how the raven looks. The picture on the left is the actual picture, and the picture on the right is the stylized version, or how these tribes, how they made their animals look like. So this is the raven. They believed that he was the creator of the world. Okay, so the raven would symbolize that. And this is the eagle. This is how the eagle looked on the totem pole. Okay, so few of the common animals that you will see: the thunderbird, the raven, the eagle, the wolf. If you see the wolf and you see how they are used on the totem poles, okay, the wolf symbolizes a teacher or a healer, somebody who's, how you have doctors, okay, so a healer, somebody who heals the sick, or is a teacher, so they would use that. So each animal would mean something, okay, that we all don't know, only the tribes would understand, but they all had a meaning behind them. So this is the wolf, the grizzly bear. Okay, now see how the grizzly bear looks on the totem pole. Yes. The beaver. This is how the beaver looks on the totem pole. And if you notice one thing in all these slides, do you see the colors that they have used? Okay, the main colors are red, black, the bluish green, yes, and white. Do you see them? The main colors that were used are red, black, white, bluish green. If you see them, okay, these are made out of natural materials like charcoal. All right, black was made out of charcoal. All right, so everything that you found in nature, they would make paints out of these materials, okay, and they would use them as paints. But now we have so many different colors available, right? So now the totem poles are getting more and more colorful. Many thousand years ago, when they didn't have fancy papers and colors, they would take everything from nature, okay, and they would use that to make their art. So the tree barks were used as a canvas, and these natural paints were made out of things that were found near them, okay, and they would use them as paints. All right. So this is how the fox looks. The frog. See the frog. Do you see on the totem pole? The frog. The salmon. So they used to do a lot of fishing because they lived along the water, right? The coast of the Pacific Ocean, right? So they used to find a lot of salmon and they used to eat a lot of salmon, all right? So that's how the salmon looks. And this is the thunderbird. This is the thunderbird that we are going to make today also. Okay, we are going to draw a thunderbird. We are going to learn how to draw this thunderbird. Okay. So this is a spirit that they believed created thunder and lightning. All right. So that was a little bit more about the totem poles. I hope you all understood or at least saw what these totem poles looked like. Okay. And if you found them interesting, you can read up more about them. All right. You can ask mama or papa to help you and read up more about them. Okay. All right. So now we are going to go on to make our own totem poles. Okay. Now for that, I need a pencil, a marker pen, and a paper. Okay. So now you saw the Thunderbird. Yes, this is the Thunderbird, right? That you saw, didn't you? So we are going to make this Thunderbird today. We are going to learn how to draw this Thunderbird. Are you all ready for that? Okay, but we have a twist. Okay, we are not going to do it just the way. You're not just going to learn how to draw this thunderbird just like that. We have a twist. Okay, we are going to learn a new way of drawing this thunderbird. I hope you all are ready for that. Okay, so what I am going to do is I am going to go very slow with each step. Okay, I am going to shift my computer screen, my laptop screen, so that you can see my paper. All right. And I am going to repeat each and every step for you all. I will repeat every instruction 2 times. Okay. So don't worry. All right. I will go slow with it and I will repeat the instructions. Okay. I'm going to draw with a pencil and a marker pen. But rule number 1, you have to first draw only with a pencil. You all will not use a marker right now. You will use a pencil. Okay. Later on, once you are done with your drawing, you will use the marker pen. All right. Okay. I hope my instruction number 1 is clear. Okay. So first you are going to draw with a pencil only. Even if I'm drawing with a marker pen, I'm going to be drawing so that you all can see very clearly. All right. It is for you to see very clearly, but you are going to draw with a pencil. Now, the second rule is that you have to draw a little dark when I tell you. When I tell you that make these lines dark, you have to make them dark. Okay. Not very light. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's begin. Now I'm going to hold up my paper for you. This is my paper, which is an A4 size paper. Do you see this? Okay. Now I am going to fold this paper exactly into half. What am I doing? I am folding this paper, joining the edges like that, okay, and making it into half. So I'm going to fold this paper exactly into half. So how did I hold my paper? I held my paper sleeping, okay, not standing, not standing like this, okay, not portrait. I held it landscape, which is sleeping, okay, and I folded it into half. Okay, what did I do? I folded it into half. Okay, all right. Am I clear till now? I held my paper sleeping, not standing. Okay, I held it sleeping and folded it into exact half. All right. Now I am going to open my paper up. Okay, what have I done? I have opened my paper up. Okay, now there's a line that I got, okay, where I folded my paper, I got a line, okay, which is divided my paper into half. So that is your center line. What is it? It is your center line. Okay, so your paper is exactly divided into half. Okay, now I hope my instructions are clear till now. Okay, I've repeated all the instructions. I will repeat all the instructions 2 times so that you all can see. I will even hold my paper up every time I do a step. Okay. Okay, so now with my ruler, I am going to mark 5 centimeters out from the center line. Okay, so this is my scale. I'm going to measure out 5 centimeters. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 centimeters. Okay, so from the center line, I am going to mark out 5 centimeters. Okay, 5 centimeters and mark a line. I'm going to make a line. Okay. Don't make this line very dark. Make it light. You will not make this line very dark. You will make it light. Do you see? From my center line, I have marked out 5 centimeters and I have drawn a straight line. So how much is this? This is 5 centimeters. Is that clear, everyone? I'm going to wait for 2 minutes so that you all can do this step with me. Okay? So I'll wait for 2 minutes. So from the center line, I have marked out 5 centimeters and I drew a straight line. I hope I am clear. So I marked a straight line. All right. Now, very good. Now, what do? We turn the paper around. Okay. We turn the paper around like that. It was sleeping, right? We make it standing. Okay. If you see, what did I do? I turned my paper around. I made it standing. All right. And we are going to write the word totem. Totem. Okay. On the paper. All right. I will show you how to write it. Okay. Your totem has to be written between the 2 lines that you have made. Okay. We marked out a line of 5 centimeters. So you have to write the word totem exactly from line to line. You have to touch it. Okay. And you have to write it dark. Okay. And not very light. Now see, I'm holding it up. You see the word totem written over here. Okay. See how big it is. It's as wide as the lines that we made. Okay, so from the center you have to start writing. Okay, if you see, there's a little space, okay, on both sides of the paper. Do you see that? So I have to write, we all have to write the word totem in block letters, all big letters. Totem. I'm going to write it with you, and make sure you write it dark. What are you going to do? You're not going to write it very light. You're going to make it dark. Okay. So each letter is going to be 5 centimeters in height. Okay. So my paper was sleeping like that. I turned it and made it standing. Okay. And from the top of the line to the center line, I am going to write my word totem. I'm writing it in block letters. Big letters, T-O-T-E-M. M. Okay. You see that? Totem. All right. Totem. Totem. This is how tall each letter is. Okay. From line to line. Okay. From the top line to the center line. I have written the word totem. All right. I hope my instructions are clear till now. I hope you all are done writing, and make sure you have written it dark. Okay. Make sure it's not very light. Okay. I'll wait for 2 minutes till you all finish it, and then we'll proceed to the next step. Okay. Some of my friends are done writing. Some of them I think are still writing. All right. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now the reason we divided this paper into half was so that whatever we are drawing on one side will be exactly the same on the other side. Now, how do we get that? Okay. How do we get that? I'm going to show you a little trick. Okay. So if you want this word totem to be same on the other side, okay, like a reflection, like you're seeing in a mirror, okay, how will you do that? How will you get the exact same word as a reflection on the other side? Okay, let's see how to do it. So what you're going to do is, after writing the word totem, I hope you all have written it dark enough. Okay, I hope you have written it dark enough. You're going to fold this back so that the word totem is inside. Okay, you're going to fold this. Okay, and then with the back of a pen or anything blunt like that, you're going to rub over it. You're going to rub over it. Okay. I am rubbing over the word totem. Okay. I'm going to apply some pressure. Okay. And I'm going to rub over it. Nicely all over the word totem. When I open it, do you see? Yes, I will wait. Okay, I am waiting. I will wait for some time till you all finish it. You get a reflection, right? You get an impression of the word totem. Okay, like you're seeing it in a mirror. It's exactly the same as this. So you made an impression. What did you do? You made an impression of the word totem. Okay, like you're seeing in a mirror, you see the exact reflection of this. Okay, so you have to make it dark. Okay, you have to make it dark. So when you write the word totem, I'm going to repeat the step once more for all my friends, all my little friends who didn't get it. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so I am writing the word totem, and I am making sure that I've written it nice and dark. Okay, with my pencil. So I'm writing the word totem nice and dark. I'm going to repeat this for you so that you all can see it properly. T-O-T. E-M. Okay, so I made my lines nice and dark. Okay, now I am going to fold it. Okay, so that my word totem is on the inside. Okay, all right. And what have I have a pen. Okay, I have a pen. Any pen or anything from the back. Okay, see, it's a blunt edge like this. Okay, so with that blunt edge, I am going to rub over. on this paper. Okay, do you see how I'm rubbing it? And put a little pressure. Okay. Okay, I rubbed over it nicely, and when I opened, I got the impression. Are you seeing the impression? Right here. Okay, so see, I did it in front of you. This is exactly what I did, and I got a nice impression. Okay, exact impression of the word totem. Okay, and now I am going to write over the impression and make it dark too. Okay, and I will show it to you. See, this is how it will look. So you wrote the word totem, you took an impression on the other side, and then you wrote over it again. It will work if you follow my instructions properly, if you write it dark, okay, and then you fold and you rub it, giving a little pressure, you will get an impression. Okay. So I'm waiting for 2 minutes so that you all can follow this step. So this is how it looks. So what we are going to do today is we are going to draw only half the side. Okay, we are only going to draw half the creature, and then the other half we are going to take an impression. So what do you get? The two halves are exactly the same. What do you get? A symmetrical drawing. Okay, all right. I hope you all little lovely children got the impression of the word totem. Now, if you see it, it's starting to look like a design, isn't it? The word is starting to look like a design, correct? So now from this word, we've taken an impression. And now what are we going to do? Okay, what are we going to do? We are going to start drawing. Okay, and we will continue drawing tomorrow. Okay, so today we wrote the word totem. Okay, and we will continue drawing it tomorrow. First, I'll show you a little bit. Okay, we'll complete a little bit and the rest we will continue drawing tomorrow. Don't worry, I'm going very slow so that you all can follow my instructions. So what are we going to do? We are only going to draw on half the paper. What are we going to do? We are only going to draw on half the paper. Now this word, we are going to turn it into a thunderbird. Let's see how. Okay, let's see. So now the T, you see the T over here? Okay, so from there, you are going to make a slight curve, all right, and make a line like this. You're going to make a slight curve from the top of the T, okay, and continue and make a line like this. Okay, so the T of the totem, I made a slight curve and then I joined it here and made a line like this. Do you see that? Okay. So this is the T. Okay, from the top, I made a little bit of a curve and drew a line, okay, which is parallel to the T. Okay. Okay. Now I am going to draw a straight line down and join the letters. Okay, so T, O, T, okay, and make a slight curve where the E is. Okay, so what did I do? I joined all these letters. So T, O, T. Okay, I joined all of them and curved it a little bit inside where the E is. Okay, so T, O, T. I joined all of them. I drew a line and curved it a little bit inside where the E is. You see this E over here? That's where I curved it. Okay, do you see that? I'm going to draw it with a pen so y'all can see it very clearly. Once again, I'm going to use a marker pen. Okay, so from the T, I drew a little curve. Okay, and joined the line. Then I went down. I joined T, O, T. Okay, making a little curve where the E starts. So this is how this looks. Okay, so we are doing the face. All right. Okay, now again from the E, okay, I am going to use this little bit of a curve again and go down till the M. Okay, go down till the M and go slightly below the M. Again, curve it and draw a line like this. Do you see that? Okay, I hope I'm clear till now. So what did I do? I just joined these lines, okay, stopped it at E and curved it little inside. And again from the E, I curved it and went down a little below the M and joined it at the bottom. All right. So that's what I did. Okay. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is I'm going to start making the eyes and the nose. Okay, now very clearly see again from the top T. Okay, from where the top T was, T-O-T-E-M. Okay, so from the T on the top, I am going to draw a little bit of a curve like this. What am I going to draw? A little bit of a curve like this. Okay, so I've started to draw the eyes and the eyebrows. Okay, so I drew a curve. All right, now that is the eyebrow. We made the eyebrow. Okay, now again this is the O over here. Okay, so again you're going to draw one more curve like this. Okay, I'm drawing it and showing it to you. You're going to draw one more curve like this. See? All right, so one curve on top, one curve below that. Okay? Is that clear? All right. So one from the T, one from the O. All right. Now, again from the O, okay, now from the middle of the O, okay, I am going to draw the beak. Now see how I'm drawing it, okay? I'm going to draw the beak. Okay, so I'm going all the way down to the second T. Wait, I'm going to lift it up and show it to you. I'm going to mark it with a marker so you all can see it very clearly, okay? You all don't use the marker. I am going to be using it. like this. Okay. So what did we do? We did the curve on the O, and now from the middle of the O, we are taking a little bit of a curve, going down to T, and then going back down to E like this. Yes. Going back down to E like this. Is that clear? I hope it is. I've drawn it with a marker so you all can see the shape very clearly. Okay. And now the next, okay, from where the beak is over here, okay, we are going to draw the mouth. All right, so we did a straight line. Okay, we are curving it inside and joining it here. I've lifted it. Okay, so where this is the center point over here, we are going to draw a straight line and then curve it and join it to the beak again. All right. And inside, we are going to draw one more line. Okay. All right. Now, with the marker, I'm going to mark the lines. Okay, I'm showing you. So this is the eyebrow. Okay. This is the eye. And this is the beak. Okay. Now, whatever lines that you see inside over here, these are the extra lines. We are going to erase them. What are we going to do? We are going to erase them. Okay, so I'm going to erase this. And this is exactly how this will look. Okay, do you see? I erase these extra lines inside the beak. Okay, and here for the eye. Okay. And then here in this one, we are going to draw the eyeball. So what have we done? We have finished drawing half the face of the Thunderbird. What have we done? We have finished drawing the face of the Thunderbird. Now, what do you do when you want the exact impression on the other side? You're going to turn this and rub it to get an impression on the other side. All right. So today we are going to stop here. We've done the face of the Thunderbird. Tomorrow we will continue doing the body. All right, everyone. I hope my instructions were clear till now. All right. So in your Q&A session, I can answer all the doubts that you have, and then we'll continue doing this tomorrow.
Amazing, amazing. Such an amazing session. I think you were so clear that even I learned how to draw a totem. So it was amazing. And before we go on to the session of question and answer round, I just want, because the kids are so interested in seeing the videos, I just want them to have another video on the screen. So admin, I request you to please play an interesting video.
Fun do magic karna to चांतारों को छूना तो तितली जैसे उड़ना तो से होगा फन चटपटी शरारत करनी हो मम्मी के डांट से बचना तो हर पल सेलिब्रेशन करना तो कैमल क्रेयॉन से होगा फन
Let's have fun. That is what we are having. It was an amazing session, Shreya, once again. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I'm 100% sure that kids have enjoyed even more because they're so inquisitive. They're always asking questions. Ma'am, what are you doing next? Oh, what is this line about? Do you have to do this marker? How do we have to do it? So they're very inquisitive. So question number 1 for you is, can we still find some old totem poles? If yes, where?
Yes, they are still found. Like I said, they are made out of trees, right? And trees become rotten after some time. So the very, very old ones are not found because they get destroyed because the trees rot after some time. But they are still found along the Pacific Northwest coast in some villages. They are still found, yes.
Okay, number 2, where did Shreya ma'am got to know about these totem poles?
I got to know when I was doing a little bit of research and reading about different art forms from around the world because there are so many interesting art forms, right? So that's when I was doing a little bit of research, I found them out and they looked really, really pretty to me. And I was more inquisitive to find out what they were and what kind of stories they tell and what is the reason why they were made. And that's how I found out about the totem poles.
Thank you so much for being so inquisitive. Otherwise, we apparently would not have been known about this great thing called totem poles. I understood everything about punishing or even being there and the thunderbird, everything. It was amazing. Okay, number 3. Why are they named totem poles only?
Okay, so that's a very interesting question. I'm really happy all the children are so inquisitive and they're asking. So these tribes believed in something called totemism, okay, where each animal would signify something. Like I said, a heart is a symbol for love. Each animal is a symbol for something that they believed in, all right? And they wanted to tell their children, like how your mother would tell you that, okay, this is what I believe in, and then you would grow up to learn that. That's how they believed in something like that. And then they would follow that. They believed in these animals and that concept called totemism. And that's why they're called the totem poles.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for answering so politely. And also it's very, I'm able to understand and I'm pretty sure these kids are more intelligent than me because they're more creative. So I'm 100% sure if I have understood, they have 100%. Thank you so much. And yes, kids, you were asking a lot of questions about where do you have to watch these sessions. If you have missed it, don't worry. You just have to log in your details on the Kukuruku dashboard and then you'll be having all the recorded sessions. Okay, you can take the screenshot if you want so that you can draw it afterwards at your place. Just take a screenshot. And yes, you're live on this totem pole session with Shreya along with Prachi, and I'm very excited. We all are very excited. Kukuruku is the biggest. With the screenshot, I'm just telling you all the things I want to tell you about Kukuruku. So you have Kukuruku's art also, and with me, you have Kukuruku's knowledge also. So Kukuruku is the longest and the biggest running art festival globally for children, not only because we have instructors from 9 different countries, but also because we have our viewers from Oman, Qatar, and UAE. So welcome. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you so much, Shreya, for joining in. We have this whole session is brought to you by Camel, India's favorite stationery brand, in association with our radio partner 92.7 Big FM. Dhun badal ke to dekho, with our partner Sonalika Publication, nurturing thinking minds, shaping future leaders, with our entertainment partner Pogo. Yay! So thank you so much, kids. Thank you for being so inquisitive, attentive, so questioning also. And I think we all have had a great time. See you in the next session. Till then, have a creative day. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you for sharing your knowledge with us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Bye. Kukuruku, everyone, all together. And don't forget to post picture on your social media and tag Kukuruku and Camel, okay? Kukuruku, bye.